What is going on, everyone? Welcome to G-Ball Vision. Today we have a new knife to check out here, and this is coming in from Trivisa. While we're getting into this thing, let us know down in the comments what your EDC is for today. If you're not familiar with Trivisa, they have been around for several years now at this point, and they have quite the catalog going. I will link their website down below, and I'll link what they have through Amazon as well. This is going to be a model here that I am not familiar with. I didn't know about this model till just the other day. This is called the Trivisa Arae. And for them, this is a more casual design, but there is a caveat to that. We're perfectly centered up. But check this out. I thought this was very interesting. It's been a long time since I've had any type of back lock in, and I thoroughly enjoy a well done back lock or any type of spine lock. I enjoy them, even a back lock, and it's been a long time. And when I saw this one, I was like, man, that is a great blend of modern aesthetics and materials with that back lock. We're going to be looking at a stone-washed 14C28N drop point blade. Nice little top swedge going all the way to the tip there. And we have dual thumb studs for the deployment. We are looking at green micarta here on this particular version, but there are a couple different variations of this knife. We have a deep carry clip here that is lower mounted, and it is going to be reversible, and they include a filler tab. Very well done. And in the back spacer slash lock bar here, we have an integrated lanyard hole, and you will be able to, because of how this is done internally, be able to flick that bad boy right on out of there. So it's not going to be, like the back locks of the olden days. You'll be able to really flick this thing out, and that's what I was hoping. I didn't initially know that. I was hoping that was the case, and although not as fidgety as some knives, a back lock can still be pretty fidgety once they get broken in, but sometimes that's not all it's about. It's not all it's about fidgeting, but I'm happy that Trivisa is constantly pressing the limits when it comes to their designs. Let's go ahead and we'll get a spec check on this feller here. Feels like it's a pretty good size. We're looking at 3 inches of cutting edge, 3.5 inches of total blade, and we're coming down there at, we'll say, we'll give it, it's just shy of 7/8. We'll say 13/16. Yeah, we'll say 13/16. So almost a full-size knife. We'll bring out our normal comparison knives with the Kaiser drop bear up top and the full-size Benchmade bug out on the bottom. And you'll see this is close to them, but it's going to be a little bit longer. And we'll bring out a couple of larger comparison knives. We have the Vosteed Raccoon Bowie up top here, and then we have the full-size Kaiser Militao on the bottom. And it's almost damn near in line with the Militao. It's a little bit larger than the Raccoon, but not quite as big as the Militao. Just shy in the blade a little bit. We'll go ahead and see what this thing looks like in the pocket. There will definitely be a tiny bit poking out there because of the way that this is designed and the way that it's done. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. That gives you a little bit of something to grab a hold of while that's down in your pocket. That gives you a little something to grab a hold of and pull this out. Great retention on the way out there. That's damn near perfect retention. Also, I have to say, this pocket clip is really well done. It's not too long. It's nice and short. I would have preferred it to be a little bit deeper, but it's not too bad. It's not too bad at all, actually. So I'm not really going to knock it for being a little bit lower. Could it have been, a little deeper? Yeah, it probably could have been, but I don't mind it where it is. And as long as it's not affecting the ergos, which I don't think it's going to do, because that clip's going to be back here at the back of my hand at least, and just not really going to feel it a whole lot. And whatever I do feel, it'll be pretty minimal, at least here early on with first impressions. And the great thing about backlocks like this is the entire spine of the knife is closed off. So you don't have to deal with any gapping or anything like that. So it's going to give you a nice, solid feeling grip and be very comfortable in this area, where some knives might not be the most comfortable because of an open spine or lack of a backspacer. It's not always the case, but I much prefer a backspacer aesthetically, ergonomically, every way speaking. I prefer a backspacer, but it's not always needed and not always necessary. So we'll go ahead and we'll get a weight on this feller here. You guys will have to let me know. Do you want me to guess the weight or not? I had a person or two just tell me to shut the hell up and weigh the thing. So the last couple, I haven't really been doing that because some people might not want to sit through me, the couple seconds it takes me to guess. But let me know if you care either way. We're looking at 122 grams and 4.3 ounces. So not too shabby considering the size of this knife, and it's a backlock, so you have a little bit more weight in the spine of this thing. Not too bad at all. And another really cool thing about this knife is we are talking about some semi-contoured handles here. Now, they're not completely flat and they're not completely contoured either, but they do have a little bit of a contour to them. So that'll give them a little bit of thickness, which will be nice. We're looking at 0.54 here for our handle thickness, which is not too bad at all. And we are looking at 136 thousandths for our blade stock thickness. And we'll check a random spot here behind the edge. And now could be a little better of a hold, but probably looking at low 20s in that particular spot with that particular hold, as I say. That's around 24 thousandths. Willing to bet it's a little bit lower. Let's go ahead and check the edge right out of the box. And what I mean by that is let's cut some telephone book paper here. I expect this to be razor sharp. Trivisa does a really good job with their 14C. They have been using it for years and years. I have been buying and using their 14C for years and years, and it has always proven very good to me as a daily user steel. I have good faith in Trivisa. They're not a company that's putting out, 10, 15, 20 new models every month like some companies can. But the models that Trivisa put out, that they do put out on a yearly basis, they are their own designs. They're not, it don't seem to me like they're trying to imitate any type of thing. They OEM their own knives, and it seems to me that, because they have a lot of very unique designs. I mean, stuff that might not be for everyone. This is kind of an old traditional Japanese razor type folding knife with a big old front flipper. That's a Trivisa. To some, maybe not the most interesting, but to others, a very cool item. So Trivisa really has a wide variety of knives on their website, and they're not an extremely old company by any means. I'd say they're fairly new in comparison to a lot of companies out there. But for as young as a company as they are, they put out quite a few really, really good knives, and especially lately with the Hornet and a plethora of other designs that are coming in, under 60, under 70 bucks. Just really solid stuff from them over the last couple of years. And even more so over the last year or so, they've really put out some cool stuff. So we did check centering. This is a backlock, so we're going to naturally have some spring in there. And then as far as any pivot lashing, no, we're not going to have any. And I don't think we're going to have any lock issues either. We do have a little bit of internal milling in there on both sides of this thing. This is going to be a completely ambidextrous knife. You'll be able to slow roll it out, thumb flick it out, Can we reverse flick it? Yeah, if you use your nail and come up underneath, you can flicker on out. So not the fingertip, because you can't quite get enough on it, but reverse flick with the thumbnail all day long. It's got enough pressure on it. That thumb flick though, guys, that is money. It sounds good. Listen to this thing. Nice solid lockup on that bad boy. Let's make sure, and we'll put it up against the old whacker here, give it a couple of love taps and see what we're working with. We'll start out here towards the tip, and we'll work our way in. Couple of lighter taps. Close it, check it. Medium taps in the middle. Knocking stuff off the table. Very good. Couple of harder taps towards the tang here. Very good. I don't think we're going to have any trouble out of this thing. We'll run this thing through our normal checks here. Make sure there's no blade play in with that pivot. Soft open. Still no up and down. And still no side to side. Check our action again. Very good. Slow roll it out. We have a clean show side pivot there. A couple of body screws on each side along with our filler tab and pocket clip screws. I like this thing. It's got a unique presence to it. It's not a real tall knife. But it's comfortable. You don't have anything interfering in here. You can either be in kind of a standard grip, or you can choke up into this choil area and really get into this knife if need be. Man, I like this thing a lot. 14C, tried and true backlock, very comfortable, completely ambidextrous. Yeah. If you like backlocks or want to try backlocks, this would be, if you want a modern day backlock where you can flick that bad boy open. No, it's not going to be as fidgety due to that lock, but you'll have to be careful. You would need, it's not going to be quite like, well, I guess once it breaks in, yeah, I shouldn't say that. Once it breaks in, there we go. Yeah. You put your finger kind of like the AD10 down here on this ramp, and you're going to hit that choil, and then you can just shake it home. So a little bit of practice, you know, you don't need to one hand. You don't need to do that. People have been closing them two-handed for many, many decades, but you can do it one-handed if you want. You guys will have to let me know. What do you think of the Arae here? I will have it linked down below through Amazon if I can, and through their website if I can. Whatever I can, I'll have linked down below. You guys will have to let me know. What do you think of this bad boy here? I am thoroughly going to enjoy using and carrying this thing. Got a nice weight to it, nice size, great materials, comfortable handle. Solid locking option. Yeah, what's not to really love about this one if you like backlocks? Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. That helps push the video out there to more people. If you're new to the channel here and you enjoy this type of content, you're in the right place. Make sure you subscribe, because I release daily videos just like this, and I'd love to have you here. I'll put up a couple of new videos on your screen. Go check one of them out for me. Have yourself an awesome day. Thank you all again for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.